So alright guys, welcome back once again. So let us quickly go into it now. So this is the two body we'll be working with. This is the first body and this is the second body. The second body is attached to the top and the flap. The measurement we have here, the length is 5.5 while the breadth is 7. So the other body, same thing, 5.5 by 7. The top, this is where we'll be fixing our handle, it is 1.5. While the flap, we are having 4.5. You can make your own 5, you can make it 5.5. Same measurement with this, because by the time you shape it now, it will come up, right? So that's it. And don't forget this part, in order for, by the time you want to start joining your bag together, you need to do the cuff parts. So you can use any round object that you have. You can use something like this. Once you place it, it will give you the round shape. So once you've gotten the round shape, maybe for this particular one, you can place it on the other body like this, so that you can be able to use it to trace the other parts, so that it will be equal. Then for your flap, this is where your creativity will now have to come in. Like you can do any design of your choice with the flap. I just decided to do the same thing I did here for this one, but the bag I did earlier, you can see the shape I got here is a different one, so you can be creative about it. Use any shape of your choice that you want. So this is our shipboard. This is the one we'll be using to get the round finishing for the bag. So in order for you to get this measurement, you are going to measure the bag round from here down and you stop here, from here down and you stop here. So by the time I measure from here down here, I got 17 round. Mind you, it's not necessary you follow this measurement. You can make your own bigger than this, or you can make it smaller. You can be bigger than this. Probably your own might be, maybe the length, for your own length you might decide to make it 6, while your breadth can be 8. Is your choice. Any one you are going for, all good. Just know that by the time you measure it all round, what is giving you here, that is what you'll be cutting out here. So like I said, measuring this one round, I got 17. So I got 17 by 3.5. The wideness is 3.5 by 17. So this is what I cut out for my handle. Something like this. We'll be using fiber for it so that it will be strong very well. So for this is it. So measurements 10. This is 10. So this is what we'll be fixing here at the top, like I mentioned earlier. So we have this, and we have this. That is all. So the next thing we'll be doing now is to put our epoxy gum and start placing it on our material. I'll be doing that off camera. So okay, so I'm now covering this. I'm leaving this out so that I can use it to explain. You can see that this is the first body. This edge here, you cut it like this so that it's very easy for you by the time you want to fold. And also this cuff part, in order for it to be easy when you want to fold it, you just cut it a little and you fold gently, because you want that cuff shape to form by the time you are done folding. So you fold it gently. If you see that it's opening back, you can use your super glue to support it. By the time you fold it finish, you can see this is what you'll be having. Can you see that the curve is coming out? So this is what we'll be having. So this is the handle, the one we cut, and this is the body. This is the body. So now put gum here, then I'll fold it. When you apply your epoxy gum, don't fold it immediately, because by the time you start folding it immediately, the material will be removing. So just place it somewhere and allow it to dry a little. Don't leave it too long. Don't leave it too long. So you will fold. So this is another part you will cut out with your shipboard. There's no measurement for this one. Just cut out just cut the size that your D-ring can enter inside, because this is what we would use to fix the side. So you can just cut something straight like this. You fold it into 2 and you cut, because you'll be using it to fix the side for the longer strap. By the way, you see the longer strap, if you're not buying a full yard material, probably you're buying quarter material, ensure that you cut out your longer strap out. It's always long. Let me use this one for example. You can see this material now. So before you start doing anything, if you know that your material is not much, right? So just cut a straight, you can measure maybe 2. Then you cut it straight down. Once you cut it straight down, you keep it somewhere. The reason is because you might be into the work already. You're just placing the fiber anywhere, you're just placing it, forgetting that you are still going to cut longer strap. By the time you don't want to cut the longer strap, there might not be enough material left. So first thing first, the first thing you will do is to cut out a long material out for your longer strap. Can you see? Something like this. You cut it out, then you can always sew it later. So that's about that one. So this is this part. You can see that the D-ring enter freely. So make sure that you cut out something that the D-ring will enter. is how it look like. So the next thing I want to do now is to cut this part so that I can now place this inside. Some people, they use their rivets, but I notice that anytime I use rivet and people pull load inside the bag, it will remove. So what I do now mostly now is I sew it. By the time I put it inside, I sew the side like I did here. I sew it like a cross, so that way to hold it very firm, it won't remove. So that's what I will be doing now. You just measure like 1 inch. You measure like 1 inch, then you cut it a little at the center. Cut it a little at the center. So you put your side inside. You put this D-ring with the material, you put it inside. Even if it's not entering well, don't worry, you don't have to cut it too big. If one part has entered, use your scissors or maybe anything like that to choke it inside. Then you now drag it out a little. You will drag it out a little. So see, you can see that it's not too much. So by the time you cut it, you will now pick your try and put it inside. If it does not enter very well, you can use this to push it slowly. So you drag it gently. You don't drag it too much. So this is the place where you put your rivet. But I stopped using rivet because by the time you start putting, you know, things inside the bag and you carry it, it will remove. So what I do is I sew it. I will sew it like this, like a cross. So that's what I will do. That way to hold it very firm. To hold it very well, like this. You can see that I sew these parts. So this is what I'm talking. That way to hold it very well. So that is what we'll do. We'll sew it the two sides. So once you are done sewing, you put your velvet. Put your velvet here. You put your velvet. You put your velvet. And you put your velvet. You can decide to put your lining, whichever one you want to use. It's fine. So I'll be doing that off camera now. First of all, sew this part. Then I'll put my velvet. I want to put my velvet now to cover everything. Okay, so I'm done putting velvet here. You'll be leaving extra space there because you're still going to sew this place. You can see I'm done sewing this part. Like I said, you will sew it before you place your velvet. Don't forget that. Don't leave too much space at the side because you're still going to trim it off. But the most important part is leave little excess here and here because you're still going to sew here. So same with our undo. I've put velvet as well. Our first body I've put velvet. This one I'm here to put velvet because I'm here to fix the handle. It is when I fix the handle finish, I'll be putting the velvet to cover this one. So what we are going to do now is we want to go and sew these parts. From here you sew it. From here you sew. Then this one from here you will sew. From here you sew it here. That's all. Then the handle, we have to sew it before we place it on the body. We sew it down, then the other side as well. So I'll be doing that off camera as well. So let's go and do this. So I'm done trimming. Can you see it? You can see the way I trim the side. You can see the way I trim. Then you can see how neat it is. Can you see it? You know, the reason I trim is because by the time you want to do your round finishing, the velvet will not be coming out. So you'll be leaving little material at the side so that by the time you want to gum this together, you'll be applying your epoxy gum on the material. So it will hold the bag very well when you're ready to go around. So I'm done trimming this as well. So you just take your lighter, you will burn it. You burn it all around. Now it's time to work on this. Don't forget the top here is 1.5, right? So you take your pen and your tape rule. On each side you will measure 1.5. On the other side as well, 1.5. So once you've gotten 1.5 on each side, you will use your ruler so have a straight line. So this is what you'll be having. Now, so this is the point you use either your cutter or your blade. You won't cut from here to here. Please don't cut from here to here. You're only cutting it little at the middle, just little at the middle. Maybe I should just make like this so that it will be more easier for us. You can just take your measurements. You take your measurements. You see this place. So you place it on this. So you are cutting from here to here, from here to here. That's what you are cutting. Don't cut from up here to this edge. You are cutting here, here. So use your blade. I'm using blade. If you have cutter, you can use it as well. So just look for the center. Please be careful with any sharp objects you are using if you want to create the door. And put your rivet pin. So you will use your hammer to support it so that it will hold it very firm. So we have the same thing we did here. We're doing same thing here as well. Okay, so we are done with our handle. All done. See, our bag is almost ready at this point. So now it's time to now put our velvets. We're almost done with the bag. We're almost done. So we need to put our velvet. If we'll be putting pockets inside, don't put gum on the velvet yet. I mean on the fiber board yet. This is what you do. You just have to place the velvet on the material and you cut it out. Don't put a epoxy gum yet if you want to put pockets inside. But if you're not putting pockets inside, you can apply your epoxy gum now and place it on the velvet. So I want to put pockets inside so that you can see. And just little inner pockets. Maybe the person wants to be putting money inside. So this is what we are going to do. You are going to place it on your velvet material like this, leaving excess space here and little at the side. Not too much at the side. Just keep it. You leave excess on this edge as well. So can you see? You will now fold it. At the edge you cut it so that it will be easy to fold. Do the same thing here as well. I didn't put it at the top here because I want to put the material inside so that it will be very nice. I didn't put the paper at the top here. This is the up part, so I want to put the material inside. So I'll cut out the material. So I will sew it. This is what I want to do. So let me sew it so that you can see what I'm talking about. So this is what we have. This is the inside. This is what we have. So next thing we'll do now is you take that velvet, the one you roll out. You place the material. By the time you place it on the material like this, don't forget the line and the one you roll out by the side. So you're going to sew it like this. You're going to sew it. You sew it straight down here and here. That's also, just gonna do that. Okay, so this is what we have. Don't forget, if you are making a wider bag, if you want your own bag to be, bigger than this, you make the purse as well big. It's because the bag is a small bag. That's why the purse is small like this. So we fix this part. Now the next thing now is to now put our elastic gum and place the velvet. That's what we are going to do now. Put the elastic gum. What we have. Next thing is to put our magnetic lock here. Just watch what I'm doing. So for our magnetic lock, it has two faces. This is the first one, and this is the one. This is the one we attach to the body. This is the one we are fixing now. This is the one we are fixing now. Then make sure you put the knot to the gum here so that it will hold it very well. Okay, so this is what we have. We're not fixing our magnets. So next thing now is we want to sew the flap. So check where the flap is starting from. Here. So you sew from here. You stop here. Stop from here. We only so don't sew the whole body. We are sewing from here where the flap starts from, and we stop here. Right? So that's what I want to do now. So I'm done sewing it. So the next thing now is to trim it all around. We are going to trim it now. We're almost done with the bag now. So we'll trim. You don't have to trim it too much, please. If you trim it too much, if you allow your velvet to reach this side, by the time you are joining it together with the other body, the velvet will be showing inside. So from there, the velvet will start removing. You just have to trim it a little. That way, the other body can still hold it. This is all we have. Now, the next stage, which is the last stage now, is to start gumming everything together. So, you start gumming everything together. You will apply your frosted gum, join everything together. So that's what we're doing now. You just apply little of the frosted gum. You do same thing here as well. See this particular design and bag itself, it's very easy to make. Very, very easy. Once you have all your cut out and everything on ground, trust me, you can even make like 5 or even more than in a day. I mean, this size. Okay, so the next thing is to start combing everything together. You do it step by step. You don't want to rush this part. Okay? You do it step by step. Once you see that it is not equal like this, you can now use your super glue to support it so that by the time. Okay, so I'm done sewing it. You can see that the bag did not scratch. Can you see it? So you can always use your manual to not scratch. All you need to do is, before you sew it, make sure you apply enough machine oil here. Then put enough here. Apply here as well. Put enough. Because you know, if you're sewing, if you're trying to do your reversal, it is most likely for your bag to scratch here. And this place, you don't have to rush it. By the time you want to turn it, it's most likely your bag will scratch here as well. But you don't have to rush the process. Just take it, you know, bit by bit, very slow. Once you see that you're out of this part, you can now, you know, rush this part. Once you get here again, slow it down. Put enough machine oil. Put enough machine oil on your machine as well, so that it will be very easy for you to sew, like it will move freely. You can see there's no scratch there. So now the next thing we'll do is you apply your frosted gum as well. I want to fix the other part. Okay, so do the same thing here as well. You allow it to dry a little before you place it. Okay, so here we go. Want to see that? You can see this edge here and here. You have to set it. I'm talking of this part. You can see that it's rhyme with this, so you need to be very sure. So by the time you do like this, now put your super glue here, and here like we did the other time before you sew. Okay, so I needed to show this part so that you guys can see. You see, you put your oil very well. Put enough oil. So once you get to this part, you have to slow down. and we do it gently. Turn it gently as well. So just that part, you just have to take your time. You can see there's no scratch. Can you see? No scratch at all. So that is it. The bag is ready. No scratch at all. So this is it. So I want to fix our longer strap now. What I have here is 2.5. So this is what you are going to do. You will fold it. Can you see? Once you fold it like this, you will now fold it like this again. So this is what you're having. You sew. You sew it. You sew it all around, down. So I'm done sewing the handle. This is our hook with our rivet that I'll be using. Okay. So fix one inside. I'll be using our adjuster too. So by fixing it this way, you can always adjust it. If you want to make it, you want the handle to be shorter or longer. Now let's fix it first. So for this part, I need a plier. Don't bend that. Hold it.